Hi, this is Blake, and I'm going to show you how to map on Project 1788 for the Tanzania Development Trust. So I have a task square selected, and I said edit with the ID editor, and that brought me to the ID editor. This purple bounding box is, of course, the area that I'm responsible for. It looks like there's going to be a fair amount of clouds, so I won't be able to map very much of this square. I'm going to click on Zoom in to edit, and that'll take me in. And so my goal is just to zoom in. I obviously need to zoom in more because I'm looking for buildings and I'm looking for roads to map, as well as residential areas. So, in a brief look at this here, I'm just going to keep zooming in until it makes sense to me, until I can actually do the mapping. Okay, great. So there's some mapping to be done here. So I'm just going to keep zooming in until it's good with me, and you can use the plus key or you can use that. I use the mouse wheel, but it looks like somebody's already done a little bit of mapping here. By the way, a cute trick you can use is to hit the W key, and that changes to just the frame instead of the fill-in, so you can easily see what's under your mapping. And so this person looks like they did it right. They mapped two rectangular buildings and a round building. That's perfect. For some odd reason, they left a couple things, and that's okay. That gives us something to map. So I'm going to map this building. I go to my area tool, and I just draw, I go corner to corner and I click on each corner. And then when I'm all done, I double click. Okay, you can see this is going to want to join it accidentally to the building next to me. So I'm just going to make sure that doesn't happen. So my corner is going to be a little short. And I'm just going to double click, and that finishes that. And all I've done is draw the area. You'll notice it's white and these are orange, and that's because I haven't tagged this as a building yet. So I come over here to building features, and since I have no idea what kind of a building this is, I just say building features, and then I pick the generic building tag. So I'll go ahead and mark that a generic building tag. And then the very last step that's quite important is for these rectangular buildings, I need to come back over and hit the S key, and that will square this building up for me. It just makes things neater. It makes it easier to map things that are closer together, and it makes it a little bit more realistic because it's actually squared up in real life. So that's one building, and then this to me looks like a round building here, and this looks like a round building. So I'm going to quickly do this round building, and I get my area tool. And the way that you do round buildings in ID is pretty easy. I'm really just going to draw a triangle that's on the corners of the triangle will be on the edge of the round structure. And then you double click to finish, just as if it were a square building. So now, because the last time I went to building features and selected building, it remembers that and it puts it back up at the top for me. So I'm going to mark it a building. And now I've drawn a triangle on my circular building, but now instead of hitting the S key to square this building, I'm going to hit the O key to make this building circular. And that's it. And now I've got a round building. This one, it's hard to tell. This one looks like it might be a round building too. It's very small, but it's nonetheless a building. Area tool.